Hello everyone, welcome back to the Terror Tips, and in this video we are going to talk about how to fix Company of Heroes 3 is having crashing issue. It is not launching or won't launching. Simultaneously you are having issue with stuck on loading screen, low FPS drop, freezing and stuttering, and even black screen issue. So this particular issue is happening for many of the users right now, and the people are having a lot of issues, so we're going to talk about the fix. So let's move to the workaround. So the first one is all about you have to try with a simple restart. This did work for many users, so try all the time with a simple restart. Sometimes a simple restart can fix a lot of issue. So go over here in the start, click on this one, go for a restart, then open the Steam and try to play the game, and that's gonna work as well. So if this is not working, we have to move to the next one, that is all about verify integrity of game file. So verify integrity of game file is all about you have to go over here in the Company of Heroes 3, select this one, right click and go to properties, go to local file, and over here as you can see verify integrity of game file is there. Just click on this one. So as you can see that the verify integrity of game file fixes a lot of issue like if any files are corrupted and if any files are missing, and all these kind of issues will be fixed by this. So this is very important step and you can try this out. So many issues regarding if any files are corrupted as well as if any files are missing, which causes a lot of issues like crashing, it gets stuck on loading screen, no sound issues, and all those things can be fixed by this particular step. So it is a mandatory step and you have to try it for very reason, so do not neglect this particular step. So just wait for this to reach 100%. So I'm gonna skip this and move to the next step. Next step is all about we have to give few commands in the launch options. This did work as I have cross-checked in the Reddit as well as in the Quora. Even in the Steam community, many people have suggested this step. So that is why I'm sharing over here. So given the launch option, commands in the launch option is all about you have to go to Company of Heroes 3, select the game, right click and go to properties. Over here in the launch option, we have to give the command. So first one is all about, we have to give three commands. The first one is all about dx11. Give the command dx11, try to play the game and see whether you are able to fix the issue or not. If this is not working, we have to move to the next one, that is dx12. So go to dx12, give the command dx12, then try to play the game. And if it's not working, we have to move to the next one, that is d3d2. This did work for many users, so try with d3d2. After this, try to play the game. So you tried with dx11, dx12, d3d2, and even giving all these commands. If it's still not working, then I request you should not be giving any commands like this. Just remove everything and keep it nil. Then once after keeping this blank, then move to the next step. Next step is all about we have to run the game in compatibility mode, and this did work for many users as well. For that, we just have to go over here, right click, go to properties, go to local file. From here we have to click on browse. We can navigate to where the game is installed. So this is where the game is installed. As you can see, this is where the game is installed, and from here you just have to select the respective folder, the respective .exe. Now when you select this, right click and go to show more options and go to properties, go to compatibility. Over here as you can see compatibility mode, just click on run this game in compatibility mode 4. You can check with Windows 8 or Windows 7. If Windows 8 is not working, try with Windows 7 and try to play the game, and this did work for many users as well. You can try this step also. Next one is all about you have to try with next one, that is all about you have to run the game on dedicated graphics card. This particular step also is very important step, and this did help for many users as well. For that reason, we have to go over here. We have to go to search over here, search for graphics settings. Have to search for graphics settings and open this one. Now from here you have to scroll down. As you can see here, I have already added, I'm playing a lot of games, so simultaneously all the games I have added over here because this is going to work for you as well. So now we have to add the game. So next question is how to add this. For adding the game, just click on browse option here. Now from here we need to go to where the game is installed, the location where the game is installed. So here I'm having local disk C, which means all the game which I'm downloading right now from the Steam is by default getting installed over here on the C. So you have to open the local disk. So C. In your case, if you're having any multiple disk and the game is installed on any other disk, select the appropriate one. So go to local disk C over here. Now we just have to go to program file x86. Keep scrolling down and navigate to Steam over here. Now from here go to Steam apps. Now from here go to common. Now from here, select company of Heroes 3. Now from here, we have to add the application over here. This is the file, so just add it. So right now it is added, but you have to click on the options and it is quite visible as you can see. By default, this will be let Windows decide. So when this is being set into let Windows decide, this bring out a lot of problems like crashing at startup, not launching or won't launching, freezing and stuttering, low FPS drop, lags with FPS drop, as well as stuck on loading screen and all these kind of issue. So it is very important that we have to change this to high performance. So when you change this to high performance, your graphics card, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 with Max-Q design is utilizing, so this can run very smoothly. So you have to try this on. Now go for save and close everything, go back to the game and try to play it, and that's gonna work as well. So this is an important step and you have to try this out. Next one is all about we have to delete it saved game file. So over here, if you go to File Explorer and go to Documents, and it is quite visible like Call of Duty, when you save the game Company of Heroes 3, you will be able to see a folder like this. So you just have to delete the respective folder, and keep in mind when you do this, you'll be losing everything, but this is an important step which you have to try out. So there is no issue with that. Just delete everything, then go back and close everything and start the game, and once again you can see the differences. Next one is all about we have to run the game as an administrator. So that is an important step as well. So we can very easily navigate to the file or path of game where the game is installed very easily, and that can be done it in two ways. One is from Steam itself, another one is from File Explorer. So over here, if you go to Company of Heroes 3, right click and go to Properties, go to Local File and click on Browse. You are very easily redirected to where the game is installed. So as you can see, you get the location of game, right? So now we just have to scroll down and navigate to the application folder .exe, right click, go to Show More Options, go to Properties, go to Compatibility, and over here as you can see, you have to select Run this program as an administrator. Select this one and go for Apply and go for OK. This is what you have to do. Keep in mind, you just have to do one more step, that is go to Same Methods, Properties, Compatibility. Now over here, if you get the option to disable full screen optimization, select this as well, because for some cases when you do disable full screen optimization, this did worked for few users. So that is why I'm recommending this as well. Go for Apply and go for OK. Then try to play the game. There is one more thing. If you don't know, if you don't want to go from here, you can navigate to the installation folder very easily. That is all about because some people ask this, and down the road you need to know where the game is installed. So go to Local Disk C and go to Program File x86, scroll down and navigate to Steam folder, go to Steam Apps, select Common. Now from here select Company of Heroes 3, and here you just have to scroll down and navigate to this particular folder, that is .exe. So right click and go to Show More Options, go to Properties, click on Compatibility, and as you can see, bingo, we are over here in the Run this program as an administrator, as well as disable full screen optimization is there. So from here, this is also the location we have successfully given to this. Go for Run this program as an administrator as well. Next one is all about, instead of launching the game from Steam, try to launch the game from the installation folder. That's why I said we need to know the path of where the game is installed. So I have already shown you how to do this. So instead of launching the game from Steam, over here, we can launch the game from here itself, and that is also going to work for some users, and this did worked for some users as well. So you can try this out as well. So once it has been successfully done, just have to go back to the Steam and try to see whether it's gonna fix or not. Next one is all about we have to do is we just have to do this, that is give all the permission to Windows security. For that we just have to go over here in the search, go for Control Panel. Now from here go to Windows Defender Firewall. Now from here click on Allow an app or feature through Windows Defender Firewall. Now over here as you can see, you just have to keep on scrolling down and we have to navigate to the game. You can keep scrolling down and navigate to Company of Heroes 3, as you can see within the alphabet order. So over here when it comes to C, you just have to search here. As you can see, the Company of Heroes 3, it's been already added. So if it is unchecked, you have to check this, and keep in mind the private and public both should be selected. It should be checked out. And if it's not added, what we have to do, that is another question which used to be arising in your mind. So what we have to do is we just have to click on Allow another app over here, then go to Browse. Over here as you can see, this is where we have to go to the installation folder. That is why I said navigating to the installation folder correctly is an important step down the road when you're trying to do some of the fixes. That is why I explained it in separately. So now here you just have to go to local disk C, scroll down and navigate to program file x86. Keep scrolling down and navigate to Steam folder over here. Now from here scroll down and navigate to Steam apps. Go to common. Now from here go to Company of Heroes 3, and over here as you can see this is the folder and you just have to open it. As you can see it's already added, and if I click on add I'm getting an error like this, so don't get confused. If it's already added that is fine with it, but if it's not already added you just have to add it by default from your side. And once it is done, make sure that both the private and public is checked, and once it is done just close everything and go back to the Steam and try to play the game. And even if the issue is still persisting, we have to move to the next one. Next one is all about we have to install graphics card manually. That is an important step. So I'll be providing a link in the description for all these kind of things for the NVIDIA users as well as for the AMD users. And if you're on the NVIDIA users, just go to this link, and over here as you can see we are having an option and we're going to land on this, and from here you have to click on the drivers. So over here that's going to take to this. Over here as you can see we are having product type. We have to select the respective product type. If you're on the product series you have to select the respective one, and in my case it is GeForce RTX 14 series. And even the product is GeForce RTX 4090 laptop GPU, and you have to select the respective operating system. So in my case I'm using Windows 11, so I'm going to select this, and once everything is given successfully you just have to go for start search. And now you're going to get a version of this that is 528.59, which is the latest version, and it's been updated or released out. The patched version has been out on 8th of the February, that is in this month itself. And even it is supported for Windows 10 64 as well as for Windows 11 64, and it is round size of 814.59 MB. So you just have to download this one and install it. After successfully download and install this is done, you just have to move to the next one, that is for the AMD. You have to select everything over here in the graphics, you have to submit it and download the same for Windows 11 as well as for Windows 11. You'll be getting a page where for Windows 11 anti-aliasing version is there, and for Windows 11 anti-aliasing version is there. Just download it and install it. Next one is all about we have to download Microsoft Visual C++. That's an important step. So I'm going to show you that it is quite important as well. So before that I would like to make you notice some of the steps. That is after you updated the graphics card, the next is all about try to play the game. But even in the down the road, I came to know that some of the people even comment in the comment sections and they ask when they updated to the latest version of graphics card, what happens is the issue which they're facing right now, it get more severe and they are ending up in more complications. So sometimes the latest outdated patched out which has been released in this month might be bringing out a lot of issue. So if that is the case, then what you have to do is just have to roll back the driver. So rolling back the driver is an important step, and you have to try this out for sure without wasting anything. So I will show you how to do this as well. So for that you just have to go over here in the search, right click and go to device manager. Now from here navigate to display and adapters, select NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 with maximum Q design, and you have to select this one and go to properties and go to driver over here. As you can see there is an option called rollback drivers, and you have to roll it back so that if the latest version of graphics card is already installed, that's going to change from there and it's going to go back to the older version. Now you have to try with the older versions, and that is going to work for you as well. So after updating the latest version of drivers, if it's going to work like it's going to bring you a lot of bad memories, or it's going to increase the issues, or you're ending up in a lot of nightmares, the best one is to just roll back. And because rolling back the driver did work for many users as they have mentioned it's already in the Steam community. That's what I'm saying this, you can try this out as well. Next one is all about we have to update our Windows, because running a game like Company of Heroes 3 is quite important that we have to run the game on the latest version of Windows, or else you're going to have a lot of issue. So for that reason we have to go over here in the search, go for settings over here. Now go to system at the top, scroll down and navigate to about. You just have to go over here in the bottom left and Windows Update. Over here if you're getting any updates like KB updates or cumulative updates, either just update into the latest version. Once you're successfully done, just try to play the game and that's going to work as well. So after downloading this, try to restart, and because restart is an important step and you can try this out. So this is going to work as well. Next one is all about you have to try with this. Next one is all about you have to disconnect the multiple monitors if it's already connected, as well as if multiple joysticks are already connected, because for many users when they try to play the game with multiple monitors, and also they're always quite busy with some of the users might try to play the game. If they're on PC they're going to try with the controllers, So always make a habit, if you're on the multiple monitors, eject everything, as well as if you're on trying to play the game with the controllers, eject everything from the USB port. I mean, completely disconnect it, then launch the game. After game is successfully launched, connect it back and try to play the game. And this did work for users. So many users in the Reddit, they have mentioned this particular step for Hogwarts, when this worker for them for the Hogwarts Legacy. So that's what I'm going to share over here. You can try with this. Just remove everything, and if you're on the multiple monitors, remove everything. Then once you're successfully done with that, just try to launch the game, and if you're on the controllers, just connect it back and try to play the game. That's going to work as well. Next one is all about, we have to if anything is running in the background, unwanted things, we have to figure it out. For that reason, we have to go over here in the search, click over here and go to Task Manager. And right now, as you can see, these things are running in the background, Adobe Premiere Pro, as well as Screen Recorder, and all those things that I'm using right now. But apart from that, there are many things, around 81 apps which is running in the background, which is draining out a lot of performance. So I have to figure out what you have to do over here. So if you scroll down, you can see that there are kind of apps which is like Discord, Riva Tuner, and all those things. They're going to drain out a lot of your performance, and they're going to bring you a lot of issues like crashing at startup and all those things. So it is quite important that if that is the case, you have to end the task for each one of these. For example, you have to try with Discord, you have to try with LT Hub, you have to try with any antiviruses, you have to try with Riva Tuner and all those things which is running in the background. Just eject everything, end the task, everything, and once after done, just close everything and try to play the game. Next one is all about, we have to perform a clean boot, and this did work out for few users as well. So just go to the search, and over here we have to search for system configuration. Over here, go to over here, search for system configuration and open this one. Now from here, go to services, and over here, as you can see, you have to select hide all Microsoft services. So when you do this and click on disable all, so that's going to work as well. They're going to ask you for a restart, go for restart and try to play the game. But here the disable all is being grayed out for me because I did it very recently. So that is why it's happening. So don't forget to make sure that hide all Microsoft services is a very important step. And once it's successfully done, you just have to disable everything. And they're going to ask you for a restart. If they ask for a restart, just go for restart and try to play the game. And that's going to work as well. Next one is all about, we have to uninstall and reinstall the game, because uninstalling and reinstalling game did work for many of the users, and I don't know how it is related, but this did work. But keep in mind, there is one thing you have to figure out over here. That is, when you're trying to uninstall the game, and if you don't know how to do this, just go over here on the game, select the respective game and go to manage. There is an option called uninstall the game, and you can do it very easily. But keep in mind, when you're trying to reinstall it back, this is an important step over here, as you can see on this PC. So here I'm having only local disk C. So every single game which I download from the Steam by default will be over here, stored over here. But this will not be the same scenario for you as well, because you might be having multiple disks. So if that is the case, you have to uninstall the game from the respective disk which is already installed. Then you have to try to reinstall it back to another disk. That is going to work as well. So you should not be installing and reinstalling, uninstalling and reinstalling back on the same local disk. That's going to bring the issue even worse, and there is no point of it. So if the game is installed on local disk C, so uninstall it from C, and if you wanted to reinstall it back, try to D, E or F, etc., or whatever disk you're having, try to the different one, not on the same one, and that is going to work as well. Next one, we have to try with few more steps. That is all about disable either Steam overlay. For that, just go to Company of Heroes 3, right click and go to Properties, and make sure there is enable the Steam overlay is grayed out, which means it is disabled. You can try with this. Next one, go to controller over here, click on this one, make sure the enabled Steam input as well as disabled Steam input is grayed out. So over here, if you first give to enable Steam input, try to play the game and see whether it's gonna fix the issue or not. If this is not working, just change this to disable Steam input, try to play the game and see whether that's gonna work as well. So if both the thing, that is Steam input, disabled the Steam input as well as enabled the Steam input, you tried with both, and if it's not gonna work, we have to end it up over here. Just change this to use default settings. So once after that, try to move to the next step. So next step is all about, we have to increase virtual memory. For that reason, we have to go over here in the search, go to go over here and navigate to view advanced system setting. This did worked. So just go over here and go to advanced, go to settings over here, go to advanced once again, click on change option. Over here, as you can see under the virtual memory, automatically manage paging file size for all the drives is being there. So you have to make sure this is unchecked. Okay, if you select this one, you will not be able to select the respective local disk. So you have to uncheck this one so that you can only select the local disk, and make sure that you select the local disk where the game is installed. Once it is done, go back to the custom size and you have to go for initial size as well as maximum size. We need to know what is the RAM of it, so you need to know how to check the RAM. For checking the RAM, you just have to go to settings, go over here at the top left, system, scroll down and navigate to about option over here. And now we are having 32 GB is the installed RAM. So once it is successfully done, you know the RAM. Then once it's successfully done, we need to do a calculations or kind of conversion that's going to work as well. For need, we need a calculator. So what we have to do is we just have to go over here. So my RAM is 32 GB. So I have to multiply 32 GB into 1024. It is a conversion value. That is 1024. And when you do this, that is around 32,768. So you have to multiply with 1024. What is your RAM? For example, if 8 is your RAM, multiply 8 into 1024. If 16 is your RAM, multiply 16 into 1024. If 2 is your RAM, multiply 2 into 1024. So RAM should be multiplied with 1024 because 1024 is a conversion value. Don't get confused with that. So now I got the value 32,768. Now I have to multiply this with 1.5 times because minimum size is 49,152 because it is 1.5 times the total RAM. Now I have to do the calculation for maximum size, that is 32 GB is my RAM, into 1024, that is 32,768. So I have to multiply it with 3 because maximum size is 3 times the total RAM. So I have to go with this one, 98,304. So I have to paste it over here. Then go for OK. Then try to go back, restart and go back to the game and try it out. And that is going to work as well. So these are the possible workarounds that you have to try out when you're having an issue with Company of Heroes 3. It's crashing, not launching, freezing and stuttering, stuck on loading screen, low FPS drop, and even the black screen, and you can try this out. So I hope this video is helpful, and if you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon for more notification. Also, I'll be providing link in the description to our website, parent website Get Troy Tips, where you can read many more articles on Company of Heroes 3, and you can refer our next website as well, which is called Droid Firewall. So I'll be providing all the link in the description where you can check onto it. So this is Shahin signing off from Get Your Tips. See you soon in the next video. Bye.